All praise and glory be to you. How about you, Mount Shai? We'll hop it out your car. Love honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone, for teaching us this truth, and especially my elders over me and my camp for teaching and guiding me. Shalom. And shalom to the elect and the hopeful elect. Lord willing, that's us. Lord willing. And Lord willing, we have to find endure exhorting. And I just want to share some thoughts about camaraderie, brotherhood type, and the first fruits, that 144,000 stuff. So the Lord, He want us to be love thy neighbor, thy brother. He want us to have that charity, that love with one another, because because it's not automatically there without this truth and knowledge and all of that stuff to bring it there. Other than because without this we'd just be subject to the curses, full fledged subject to the curses, like others. But now we aren't as subject to the curses because we have this knowledge. We know what's going on and who we are. We know why we're supposed to be brotherly to each other, that we are brothers, that we possibly are the first fruits. We possibly are that body of angels, the body of spirits that was with the Lord, creating all of this. We just don't remember that right now. Imagine when we, gain our memory back. Lord, and that's us. Imagine when we get that memory back and we remember being with each other through all of that time that everything was being made. Think about a football team that's going, a high school football team or a college football team. Those group of guys been with each other for 4 years, right? A little over 4 years. And they grow a certain bond and they become close with each other. They get that brotherhood, that camaraderie with each other. They begin to, really love each other, et cetera, right? They're always working out together, going to battle, war. As the coaches may say, it's time to go to war. When you playing football and everything, basketball, whatever. But I'm still football. You fighting with each other, playing with each other. That grows you guys closer. Same thing. If you're always in the gym with each other, working out, hanging out outside of school, and you go in the classrooms with them too. You in the classroom with them, in the gym with them, on the field with them, fighting with them. You're gonna become real close with them. So how much more for the first fruits, them elect men that was with the Lord during that long period of time, making the world, being the first fruits, being the first spirits, the first group of spirits. That brotherhood and love, it's already there. We just gotta fight for that remembrance and fight for it to get it back, because this flesh won't allow us to remember. This flesh won't allow that brotherhood to be, to come about. That's why we gotta get our spirits right to make that connection back. Because the Lord knows us if we are those men, and He's telling us to make your brotherhood strong, because y'all love each other. Y'all just don't know how much y'all love each other. So make y'all connection strong. Be brotherly to each other. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Neighbor, like-minded, your brothers and sisters who do the Lord, who does the Lord's will. Let me just pull up some scriptures. just grabbed this one. It's the first one that came up. It says Leviticus 19:18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against thy children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. This is, especially talking about elect. Because us hopefully elect, us brothers that are in this truth, we definitely not supposed to be holding no grudge against each other. Because this is not no carnal, no worldly stuff that we're involved in. So if we got a small disagreement, because usually it's just not no disagreements, but things happen because we're in the flesh. Something happens, whatever, that stuff, really supposed to be squashed quickly, because we are godly men, right? We are not no ordinary people no more. Plus, we're supposed to be, one of the first fruits. We're supposed to already have that connection and that bond. So making that comparison, how much more for the elect? How is that brotherhood and that bond for that body of angels that was putting in that work to create everything, to help create everything? That's on a whole other level than this stuff that we think about in the world, like the brotherhoods. People say that they had friendships with their old teammates for years and years. How much more for the elect? When we get in the kingdom and we remember everything, Lord willing, that's us, and we get all these memories, like that bond and brotherhood is gonna be so strong. That love is gonna be so great. We can't even imagine it right now, because our minds can't even conceive that kind of love on that high of a level. With these brothers, these other godly men like ourselves, who helped create everything, who was working hard together. Like in the military, in the armies, you create these strong bonds with these men that you're fighting with, going to war with. And it's gonna be added on too when Lord willing, we get that power and we start, messing stuff up, going to war against Esau's military. That's gonna be an add-on to that love when we all get in the kingdom. Thinking about first and foremost myself and the brothers that I'm with. That's gonna be a crazy thing, like a crazy thing. Like, picture it like this: we remember us creating the earth together, helping, and then we get I remember back through all these different lifetimes that we lived, and we got our memory back when we woke up doing this labor right now, and then we remember helping to overthrow, because the saints shall take the kingdom. This violence shall be overthrown. Let me get those two real quick. Daniel 7 and 8. Daniel 7 and 8. Okay. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Okay, now with violence. Revelation 18 and 21. And the mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. So when you win a championship with your teammates that you've been bonding with, working with, grinding with, you win a championship with them, and after that you celebrate the championship, talking about a play that somebody made, a pass that somebody threw to you, like your quarterback threw you a touchdown in the championship game, how it was so great. The fans went crazy. The moment was just so cool. You just reliving it, and you got that ring to show for it. Man, how much more for when that championship game is when Lord and us, the saints, taking the kingdom. Like, oh, okay. think of it like this too. Instead of a quarterback throwing you a touchdown, you with the brothers, you know, in the kingdom, talking about how, because y'all had spiritual powers, talking about how a brother threw a car to you. You caught the car and you threw the car into a helicopter. You know, some Marvel stuff that he should be making, that movie stuff. The Lord gonna make that come to life for his men, for those elect men that's gonna overthrow the kingdom. Lord, will that be us? I don't understand. Us men, you know, the ones I labor with. I believe it. One of our brothers had a dream about that. How we all had different powers and everything. We was doing this and that. We can be in the kingdom, and instead of a ring to show for it, like a championship, we got a crown to show for it. You know, you feel me? We got a crown to show for it. And then I was watching something, a little show, how they was going over some football film of how praising the guys that was on the tape making these great plays or whatever. You know, and there's been talked about how the Lord may pull up a hologram of different things that have happened, like a movie type deal, a hologram showing the things that have happened, good and bad. What if we do that for the elect? So he got, you know, other 2/3 and everybody else, you know, the elect getting a little praise and everything. And then, you know, through the hologram, it shows the elect making the earth. It shows the elect throwing down his kingdom, supernatural powers, spiritual powers, doing all type of things, breaking buildings with fists, laser beaming stuff down, picking up tanks, just throwing them, all type of crazy stuff. What is that bond, that brotherhood is gonna be like after all this is over with? After we can rest into thy rest, quoting as the scripture saying, after all the labor and work is done. What's that's gonna be like when we can just kick back with the brothers with our crown on, drinking some otherworldly wine, talking about stuff that we did, overthrowing the kingdom. Like, man, hey bro, hey Ock, you remember when you ran through 100 men, just punched them all, just ran through them? Hey Ock, you remember when you stood in front of that train and you ain't move? Nah, you remember when you stood in front of that train and you only slid back a couple feet and you walked away? And then you know, being funny, be like, well, I stood in front of the train and I moved back a couple inches. You know, just being funny or whatever. Like, you stood in front of the whole train and stopped it. Like the movie Hancock. You can go look that up so you can get a visual of what I'm saying. Like, you know, you stood in front of the train and you just stopped it with your body. He ain't move a bit. But, you know, just stuff like that. Like, because, you know, like, going back to, you know, the brotherhood and everything like that. Because that's really important in the ministry. You know, our brothers push it. How we gotta, you know, how important that is. And I just wanted to turn this camera on, you know, just share my thoughts on it and talk about it. Because, you know, a little bit of this, you know, had came out during the past, during our recent Passover. And it's gonna be, you know, crazy. So, I believe I made my point, but Lord willing, I don't know if I want to get more scriptures. So yeah, I probably should close it out here. Before I close out, you know, I remember the scripture that I originally wanted to get. I never got to it. We're gonna go to Revelation. Revelation 14:4. That's the spirit. 144. That's what I've been talking about this whole time. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These are they who were redeemed among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb, being the first fruits unto Yahweh, unto Yahweh Shai, unto God and to the Lamb. First fruits. Okay, let me get 4,000. And verse above that, well, Salakia. Let me reread that. Revelation 14:3, and I'm reading down to 4. That's what I should have done before. Revelation 14:3, and they sung it, as it were, a new song before the throne and before the four beasts. And the elders, no man could learn that song, but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. Unto the Lamb. That the group of people, individual spirits that were always with each other. Which I've been talking about this whole time. And I think it's another one. Yeah, predestinated. Let me get that. And I got this last one that I wanted to tie in too. Romans 8:29, for whom he did foreknow. Yeah, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified. Going back to that 144,000. And they sung, the songs were a new song before the throne. You know, the 144,000, which I've been talking about this whole time through the Spirit. And they were all predestinated, all together from the beginning, which is the point I'm trying to make. The predestinated ones. So when the time has come, we're gonna remember. When it's come for us to remember, you know, we're gonna remember all these things. That love is gonna be, you know, greater than it is now. I believe that's it. Yeah. Yeah. So, Lo, my poem was made. Lo is edifying, dog, Shalom.